What's going on, everybody? Cigar Titan here once again with my good friend Brother Stogie. Say hello to people.
What up, Cigar family? We are back in the house once again.
And we are back at the Calibre Cigar Company here in Ontario, California with a very special guest for you guys today. Brother Stogie, why don't you tell them what we have in store for you?
And today coming to you, we have the CEO and owner of Country Smooth Whiskey.
You ready to get started? Welcome back, everybody. We're here with Lori Karsich, founder and CEO of Country Smooth Whiskey. Say hello to everybody.
Hi there. How are you?
So we wanted to talk to you a little bit today about Country Smooth, kind of your background with the company, and get an idea of what the intention of Country Smooth is, and what your market, what's your demographic, things like that.
Well, thank you both for having me. Cheers. First of all, I don't start an awesome meeting like this without drinking Country
Cheers.
Smooth. Cheers. And you have to drink that. It's bad luck to put your glass on the table after you cheers. You know that?
That's amazing.
What do you think?
Very good. Very good.
So I'm here with two handsome gentlemen. I met this nice man at a Total Wine in Rancho Cucamonga
Yes.
about 3 weeks ago.
Yes, ma'am.
And he invited me to be a part of this fantastic show. And so first of all, thank you both.
Absolutely. We're glad to have you.
What do y'all think about Country Smooth?
Very good. I'll be honest, this isn't the first time I've actually had it, so I'm kind of familiar with the taste of Country.
Really?
Yeah, so it's something that I actually enjoy. I've got a couple bottles at home.
How do you drink it?
I usually drink it straight. I don't usually mix it with anything. I know you got some recipes up there that you...
Needs to test.
Yes, exactly.
If you can't drink something neat, then don't
Absolutely.
bother.
Yeah, very sweet.
Everything else just comes, right?
Right.
So I prefer it neat, and if I'm at a tailgating event or a college football or football sporting event, and I'm going to be drinking for quite some time, I'll put something in it.
Right.
But at home or with y'all, smoking a cigar or just at home, I prefer it neat. So
Tell me a little bit about how Country Smooth got its start. How did you start Country Smooth?
So I founded Country Smooth in 2015. I wanted to be able to drink bourbon whiskey neat. To me, drinking something neat is the test of liquor alcohol for me. I figure if I can enjoy something neat and really enjoy the experience, not just the taste,
Right.
but the initial notes, obviously the front and the back, the middle, the back end, and honestly what the aromas are left over in the glass. To me, that's an experience that I like to enjoy when I'm drinking alcohol. And being that I was born and raised by brown liquor drinkers, I wanted to be a part of what everyone was doing. Being that whiskey is sung about in the music I listen to, I believe you're country music.
We both are.
We both are.
See?
Yes.
We got it. I wanted to genuinely be a part of that. So in November 2014, I had the idea of starting my own bourbon whiskey company. But I knew before I invested a dime of my money, I had to do a tremendous amount of research about the domestic and international market to make sure that it was something that could be a potential big win.
Right.
So I spent about 500 hours researching domestic and international market, being that I'm a number crunching analyzer. This kind of fun project. And I decided in 2015 that it was something that needed to be done. So we were formed in February of 2015. Never looked back. It's been the best business venture I've ever partaken in, and I'm fortunate to be here with you too. 6 states of distribution later, and we're heading into Canada, the entire
Awesome.
country of Canada, in August,
That's great.
and venturing into another 4 to 5 states in the next 2 months.
Amazing.
So cheers to that again,
Yes. Cheers again.
right?
Don't forget to drink.
Yes.
So one thing we try to portray on the Cigar Titan channel is that the cigar industry and the spirit industry is not dominated by men. So for the women watching, what was your inspiration to get Country Smooth started?
So my inspiration was, again, to be able to really enjoy bourbon whiskey neat. I figure if we can drink it neat, everything else comes, whether over ice or in endless flavor combinations, which I enjoy. I knew back in 2014, I would be the first female founder, CEO, and owner of a bourbon whiskey company, which didn't scare me, to be honest. I mean, I knew it would be, I was so naive when it came to liquor business, and I admit that openly, which probably was a good thing at the time. But I knew that if I had developed a really good quality product with a genuine story that's honest and at a great price point, entirely made in America, I knew that with the passion and drive and tenacity that I have, that we can become something.
That's awesome.
So you mentioned earlier that you're a bit of a numbers person. What's the background story there?
So the background to that is, my dad is, I mean, he's definitely my mentor. He has been since I was young. And SC grad, he taught my sister and I to love sports, music, and my mom too, but she wasn't a numbers person. But for me, I kind of became his, I would say, his apprentice, if you will. So I was in college and I was set to major in business with an emphasis in marketing, and my dad said, no, you can market and sell anything the rest of your life, but you really need to have an understanding of numbers. And if you understand numbers inside and out, and how balance sheets, income statements, cash flows, all the,
Y'all hear that?
if you understand that, then you can do a lot.
Right.
So we've kind of fought back and forth about emphasizing in accounting. Thankfully I did. So I graduated from Cal State Fullerton in 2002 with a business degree and emphasis in accounting, and I thank him often. So I went to work for a large CPA firm, which really gave me the core understanding and training of numbers, and to think beyond just the ledger and the balance sheet, but think about how every number applies to growth and creating value and fraud. I mean, you're in the fraud business,
Yep.
right? So that really became the core of my backbone in business, thankfully. So questions like return on investment, phrases like that are not just phrases. Like, I literally look at things when I'm now investing in money in countries within my business. What is the ROI on this? And does this make sense from a value creation perspective of Country Smooth? So my dad was right. I hated him for him sometimes in my college accounting exams, but he was right, and I am very thankful for that training. After I graduated from Cal State Fullerton, and when I worked for my CPA for 4.5 years, I had my first of 3 children. And I knew I wanted to work. I love to work, kind of a workhorse. I love a challenge, but I didn't want to work the grueling tax season hours, so I started my own private consulting practice for about 10 years.
Awesome.
Outsource accounting, CFO, business development, marketing for about 10 years. About 13 clients is my max.
Okay.
And then I decided I'm gonna do something of my own, and that's when I started Country Smooth.
Okay.
There we go. So we're talking about a vast variety of women empowerment going on right now. So for the women watching, this video is specifically for you right here. Okay, so this seems like a passion for you.
Right.
Would you say this is something that you love?
I love Country Smooth. I protect it like I protect my children. So I tell people that this is like my 4th child. I have 3, but hopefully one day this 4th child can help pay for the 3 children's expenses.
I heard that.
One day. Definitely not today. That's for sure. So I believe there are 3 P's that I live by every day.
Okay.
Intentionally, when I wake up, I confess them in the application of my life, and especially in business, and it's persistence, passion, and partnership.
Very good.
And to me, you have to have all 3 to be successful. They're the keystones of success. So, meaning obviously I'm very passionate about Country Smooth. I love people. I love good people. And I've seen both good and bad in my business, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Especially being a woman in a male-dominated world, although I've met far greater amazing people than bad people. So passion is just innately in whatever I do, and obviously this is my baby. Persistence. It takes a lot of persistence. It's liquor. When you walk down that liquor aisle, cut that out.
Edit.
When you walk down that liquor aisle, right?
Yeah.
There are countless amounts of bourbons and whiskeys, and a lot of them are backed significantly by people, distributors, money, etc. And it takes a lot of persistence from someone like me to be able to push this, keep pushing it, not only into various states, but into chains and then into consumers' mouths. And it can be really sometimes overwhelming. So for me, having that persistence on a daily basis, no matter the challenges which come every day, it's just innate with my business. I'm sure like y'all with what you're doing.
Of course.
And partnership. So being able to partner with key distributors, key chain accounts, key brokers, key people like you who really give a damn and want to help. And to me, and investors, and I can go on, but I really believe that those three components have allowed me and Country Smooth to get where we are today.
Yeah.
So again, we're distributed in 6 states, about 1,200 locations nationally, and we'll soon be in 10, I would say the next 2 months, and launching in Canada. And that again requires a whole lot of the other. And some really good whiskey along the way.
Absolutely.
Right?
I agree. I'll drink to that.
Right?
So I've noticed a theme around Country Smooth. You want to talk a little bit about that and how?
Is that country music?
Yeah.
Yeah, so country music has definitely been the main inspiration, besides my children and the people that I think I can inspire to go out and create and live out their dreams, right? But country music, when I turn on country music, and people who know me well know I listen to country music a lot, it just inspires me to do things. And I'm not going to say it's necessarily the words, it's just, you can be exactly who you are, in my opinion, listen to country music. And there's no fake, there's no trying to be something that you're not, in my opinion. And that's, I think, largely what the country music scene portrays. So,
Absolutely.
I do.
So, and I noticed on your website too, it talks a lot about just kind of that American tradition, and I know that this is manufactured in the U.S. You want to talk a little bit about why you decided to go that route?
Yes. So when I created Country Smooth, it was really important for me to obviously be at roughly $26 per bottle price point on shelves. In Total Wine, we're at $25.99. Same thing with Specs in Texas. ABC Fine Wines and Spirits were about the same. And but really the backbone, it was important for me based on my love for our country and what our military has done and sacrificed over countless years and decades, that entirely made in America was really important for me. And that obviously affects the margins a bit, right? Just glass, for example, most glass is outsourced from overseas. And that's great, but for me, Country Smooth and for the love of country means you're entirely made in America.
Exactly.
And I was not going to compromise on that. So, again, my dad's an SC grad, and I'm a big sports girl. My dad taught my sister and I how to throw a football, like a mean spiral.
We'll have to test you out with that one day.
Oh, it's on.
I got you.
So with that being said, college football, sports, my son is a great baseball player. My kids are all in sports. Like, just music was blaring loud at my house growing up every weekend, like all Americana, and just being able to be exactly who you are and have a fun time doing it. And that's what I believe I want this lifestyle to be, the way I was raised.
Very good. So as founder and CEO of Country Smooth, we want to know, where did you grow up?
Believe it or not, Orange County, California. So I say y'all all the time, just because it's natural to me.
Nice and country smooth, I say.
It is. My children always say, Mom, don't embarrass us. Don't say y'all. And I tell them it's just what I say. It's just part of who I am. So being distributed in the states of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Kansas, Florida, and now California, it's just, especially in the South, that's what people say. And I believe in the southern states, like I think California at times, depends on who you're around, like you guys are embracing. The hospitality, there's nothing like Southern hospitality.
Absolutely.
There's nothing like it. I mean, you know, you're wearing your boots and driving the F-150 badass truck out there. And you like country music too.
Of course I do.
So just the Southern hospitality is so embracing that it just sort of gets in your blood.
Yes.
And so I bring part of that back with me with y'all, for example, and drinking a good amount of country smooth. So
Awesome.
I don't know if I'll live in Orange County the rest of my life, but it's where my family is. Most of my close friends are here. It's great. We have the mountains, the beaches, the desert. The weather is great, but it's the traffic is crazy.
Welcome to California.
Right?
And gas prices,
Skyrocket.
$4.10.
Yeah.
And
Ridiculous.
soon to be
Yeah, they're increasing the tax on that too.
like 7 cents per
Tomorrow,
gallon.
I think. Yeah.
Vote, people. Vote. Your vote matters.
So, where do you see Country Smooth heading in the next 5-10 years?
Right. Well, I have big plans. We're launching in Canada.
Okay.
We've been able to work with an incredible distribution company in Canada, and so we're going to be launching in Canada. Hello to my Canada distributors and future drinkers. We're going to fill in the states between California and Florida in the next 2 to 4 months.
Okay.
It's my goal that Country Smooth is distributed in 30 states in the U.S. within the next 18 months.
Okay.
So by the end of
It's
2020.
very ambitious.
Right.
But so am I.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so are y'all.
Right?
Why not?
Yeah.
You
That's a
know?
good question. Why not?
Why not? So, gentlemen, I have one last question. Y'all
Sure.
didn't know you're being interviewed, but
Okay.
why not? One word to describe yourself. One word.
Eclectic.
I'd agree with that.
I'm gonna use that word. Eclectic.
Mr. Eclectic over
Right
here.
there. On top of the screen. Eclectic.
And your Instagram?
Brother Stogie.
Brother or brother?
Brother. Not ER, but
That's what I
A.
was trying to get across.
Underscore Stogie.
I'd say
And you.
passionate. I try to apply passion in every aspect of my life, whether it's my career or whether it's doing these videos for you guys. There's always a level of passion in there. I think if you take the passion out of it, there's nothing. There's no reason to
And
do
people
it.
can see right through non-passionate people
Absolutely.
or endeavors.
Absolutely. And yeah, my Instagram handle is actually Cigar Titan, all one word. Pretty easy to find.
They're both pretty fun, just saying.
Oh, well, thank you.
I think they're both worth a follow, or else I wouldn't be here on a Sunday,
Yeah, right?
right?
So, Lori, we did have one last question for you,
Yep.
So we gotta cover the country part of Country Smooth.
right?
Who are your favorite country music artists?
I'm gonna say two for two different reasons.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say, and both are incredibly talented. Can y'all guess? Just wondering. Can y'all guess?
Ooh. I don't want to put anybody out there and put them on blast if that's not it.
I'm gonna throw out Chris Stapleton because he's grown and sexy, get that long beard. I'm gonna throw him out there real quick.
Right?
Oh,
Who
man.
would you think? Because you know I'm a thinker, so it's
You
not
are a
just like
thinker.
who has the best hits. It's like there's a lot that goes to my favorites.
You know, if I had to pick two of my personal favorites, two of the classics, George Strait and Garth Brooks, for sure. So
Have you
who are
seen
you?
them live?
I am not. I'm dying to see. I would love to see Garth Brooks live. I heard he's going to be touring soon. So
And Darius Rucker, when you're on tour, bro, I'm coming for
No,
you.
but
all right?
do you know that Hootie's on tour right now?
Yes, I do.
He
know
was
who-
just in Irvine at the 5 Points Amphitheater,
Oh,
like last week.
oh, I missed that one.
I mean, he's amazing.
Yes, he is.
So Lori, who are you two?
So my two favorites. Number one, Carrie Underwood.
Okay.
She's this badass woman who I watched her on American Idol back in 2004 and 5, I want to say.
She's amazing.
And you know, just being, I know she's broken records and all the awards and her accolades, much deserved. She's a mom of 2 kids, and she just is incredibly talented. And she's talented in every way, and she just does her thing. And I love that she's on tour right now with an all-female cast. She's on tour right now with Runaway June and Natty and Tay and herself. And I think that's pretty badass. And I'm gonna say, I mean, like, Jason Aldean is sexy and his music is amazing, and like I listen to him every day. But I want to go back to Luke Bryan.
Yes, yes.
Because so the Luke Bryan story was, first of all, he was probably one of my first favorites, and you know I love all the older guys. They're amazing, like you know Johnny Cash, and Merle Haggard, and all those people. I mean Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
But for me, and what speaks to me, so Luke Bryan was playing at the Forum in November of 2014, and my husband and my best friend and her husband went to the concert at the Forum in November. And this is kind of like the lightning bolt moment. I was going back and forth from our seats to the bar, getting them their bourbons and their whiskeys and their beers. My girlfriend's a big beer drinker, and you know, whiskey and bourbon is what the gentlemen were drinking. And I would go back. I was like the bar mule, I swear to God. For some reason. And, you know, I would go back and I would try to find a certain Chardonnay that was not available at the Forum. You know, and my God, I'm bringing these guys their drinks, and I want to be able to drink what they're drinking neat. That's a test. It's like that's my test. And I'm watching Luke Bryan, he's been through some significant trials in his life with death.
Absolutely.
And he just keeps going, you know, and I think I admire that in him. His music's fun. And so I'm going back to the bar, and I'm like a little frustrated because I can't be drinking the brown liquor people are drinking, and the wine's not working for me. And he's guzzling down Patron tequila on stage, and everyone, I'm an analyzer, so I'm watching everyone around me, and they're drinking brown liquor. So I thought, you know what, Luke Bryan, you inspired me. And a year or two from now, I'm gonna come back to your concert, and I'm going to be able to drink my bourbon whiskey that I choose. I don't have to go back to the bar over and over. I'm drinking it from the bottle or the bottle into the glass. And a year and a half later, I did.
That's awesome.
There you go.
And so I met Luke Bryan backstage at Stagecoach.
Oh, wow.
I was with Johnny Lee, who's a good friend of mine, and in his RV, who's an amazing man, and I gave Luke Bryan a bottle of Country Smooth. And I said, well, Luke, he told me a story in about like maybe 3 minutes. And I said, I want you to enjoy this, and I want you to know that you inspired me, and country music's inspired me, and thank you. And don't ever lose sight of who you are, and keep being real, because that's important to me. A big thanks to our host.
Yes, we want to say thank you very much to Rob, Richie, and Matt for allowing us the time to come in here to the Cleaver Cigar Company and utilize the space. We always appreciate your support. Thanks so much, guys.
And if you're one of our veteran followers, thank you for tuning in again. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you can get notifications every time we get a new video. And remember, smoke how you live and live how you smoke. And that's smooth, baby.